We pledge love and loyalty to we country salo. Now here we there, here we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they buy. We they are, we just a try. This year don't come up and dry eye. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they buy. We they are, we just a try. But this year don't come up and dry eye. We pledge we love and loyalty to we country salo. Now here we there, now here we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. I guess I carpets, Gaman Keraka, Gaman Koneka, Gaman Keraka, Jamucham, Gaman Honika, Kai Bomb, Gaman Koneka, for the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. And they go and big back. Shep. The people that they gen. Then I go shem. They make me get chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. And the future forgive them best scripture. They make me get chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. And we hope to forgive them best scripture. We pledge love and loyalty to we country salo. Now here we there, here we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. We let we salo. As in a place like home, I like it talk and talk them, I like it talk and fight them.
Hello and welcome. Today, I want to speak about a subject that sits quietly behind every political decision, every governance failure, and every illusion of progress in Sierra Leone and many parts of Africa. We often argue about corruption. We debate leadership, competence. We tweet about elections. But we rarely ask the deeper question. What is the psychology behind our leaders? How do they think? And why do they think that way? Because if we don't understand the mind that leads, we will never understand the direction in which we are being led. To understand leadership today, we must walk back into history, into the colonial classroom. In that classroom, the African child learned English and French equal intelligence, European values equal civilization, African identity equals inferior, obedience equals success, memorization equals education. He learned to respect authority, not question it. He learned to imitate, not innovate. He learned that to rise, he must move closer to whiteness and further from his roots. So when independence came, we removed the flag. But we kept in mind that the flag had been rained on. That is the beginning of the colonially trained leader. Now, how does this mindset appear in leadership today? Look at how we celebrate power. The convoy, the security escort, foreign travel, suits and English accents. Titles like Honorable, Excellency, Alhaji, Doctor, even without achievement. Prestige has become performance. Authority has become fashion. Leadership has become theater. And many leaders do not feel powerful unless they are seen as having power. Prestige has replaced service. Because the system lifted them above their people, the colonially groomed leader believes, I am the ruler. They are the ruled. They need guidance. I know better. This is not confidence. It is conditioned superiority. It is an inherited rank from the colonial structure. So, consultation becomes a weakness. Criticism becomes an insult. And governance becomes command instead of conversation. The leader stands above the people, not among them. But superiority is only the mask. Behind that mask lies a much more profound insecurity. Because if he is truly superior, why does he seek so much validation from outside? Why must progress come from donors? Why must policy come from abroad? Why must knowledge appear foreign to be taken seriously? This is the inferiority complex, a quiet belief that African identity alone is not enough. So we borrow ideas, we borrow technology, we borrow even the meaning of success itself. Prestige hides insecurity. If we want better leadership, we must first heal the leadership mind. We must decolonize thought. That means leadership grounded in culture, policy informed by community, education rooted in the mother tongue, power used to serve, not perform, a mindset of innovation, not imitation. We must produce leaders who do not fear their own identity, leaders who do not need foreign approval to act, leaders who speak with their people, not at them. Because a strong nation begins with a strong mind. And right now, the mind of leadership is still recovering from 400 years of conditioning. So I ask you as you listen, do we want leaders who wield power or leaders who use power to build? Our future depends on the answer.
Welcome, my people, my compatriots, my fellow citizens of the continent of Africa and of the Republic of Sierra Leone. I hope you listen carefully to the prelude video. I want to tell you thank you for spend time and listen to them, because the message is in that video. Today, we shall continue to discuss issues surrounding the much talked about tripartite arrangements, tripartite recommendations. Now, they are all over the country, informing or maybe misinforming the people about the tripartite and what they hope to succeed or get from it. I wouldn't want to make a sweeping conclusion on the tripartite, because everything that exists has its good, its bad, and ugly side. This is how life is constructed. But at any rate, we are looking at an issue, or we are looking at a process which is the product of systemic failure. And this systemic failure is not only peculiar to Sierra Leone, it's all over Africa. The reasons for these systemic failures may not be the same in every country. But there is one fact. Every factor that is contributing to systemic failure in any country in Africa is because our leadership and governance structure, especially so the social psychology behind it, is still that of the colonial regimes that we had. I don't want to call them master. Nobody made anybody master. When we had colonies, be it French, English, Portuguese, or Spanish, whoever was appointed governor of the colony or head administrator of the colony did not have a constitution to rule by. The colonial rule was executed based on certain policies. And most of these policies were not made for Europe or the home country. They were made for the colonies. And these policies had basic assumptions of superiority and inferiority, etc., etc. And so therefore, colonial regimes were by and large autocratic, ruling by decree. Decrees formulated based on policies or instructions they got from the home country. This is the first issue we need to understand, appreciate, and begin to look at, not only in Sierra Leone, but in the whole of Africa. Even our institutions, our supranational institutions. When you look at the structures and their modus operandi, you see a lot of colonial governance, a lot of colonial social psychology, etc., in these institutions. Like Albert Einstein said, you cannot use the method that caused a problem to solve the problem. The methods of the colonialists were autocratic. They introduced, well, of course, we may want to argue that, okay, at some point in time, there was African autocracy. Yes, we will accept that because there was a time when people had to protect their small environmental or community interests. And so we had a warrior mentality. But that notwithstanding, there are records proving that even before the advent of colonial rule, our people had a level of communalism, which is very much akin to democratic mode of doing things. Then came the colonial rule. It was top-bottom. The governor makes the declaration, the commissioners execute the declaration, the civil servants or public servants do likewise. Nobody has any right to question whatever is being said or written or done. If you do that, it's a crime. And the same instructions were given to our traditional leaders who subsequently adopted that modus operandi. So what do we have today? We have systems and institutions that have the semblance of having a capacity to operate properly, but all of them lack the social psychology for open, liberal, and democratic management of these institutions and systems. This is the basic root causing all the problems for us. Elections are not conducted with that openness. The institutions managing the elections are not considered to be autonomous, free of political influence, etc. So by and large, the key factor that holds people together, which is trust, is absent. The absence of trust is the very reason why we have a lot of governance issues. It's the reason for conflicts. It's the reason for coup d'etats. Name it. Everything that is wrong on our continent is because of the absence of trust. But there are countries like Sierra Leone, where one may say the lack of trust in a composite geographical area that was carved out by some foreign factor sometime in the 19th century in Berlin has resulted in people going back or seeking protection in their traditional or cultural backgrounds. So over the years, this protectionist attitude has created a state where political parties, even though it's unconstitutional because it's in the constitution, a political party should not be of one ethnic group or one region, etc., etc. Even though it's unconstitutional. But because of the social psychology of autocratic way of doing things, and also because of mistrust, our societies get polarized. If there is polarity and if there is a diversity in the country that is instigating this polarity, I think if we have any reason to sit down and look at mapping out a new national pathway for us to begin to enjoy unity, whatever activity has to be undertaken should put premium on the social psychology. You can build all the institutions you want. You can house them in the most expensive and modern buildings. You can pass all the laws you want. You can write them in the most beautiful legal language. If the mind of the man does not understand, nothing works. Those laws will be mere words on paper. Your institutions will be just buildings. And when things don't work, people tend to gang up. They split themselves into gangs. And then, because of lack of central control, friction begins in society. This friction, if not properly handled, will grow into something else. It has happened before. It is happening all over the world. In Sierra Leone, we saw when the systems and institutions collapsed, what happened between 1991 and 2000. We saw it. Even though, yes, we had no business to go that path. Was it not instigated by certain political interests, which also informs on the fact that we are of an autocratic, self-centered, or egocentric mentality in governance. If that is the case, if we are going to sit down to look at what needs to be done to sanitize our electoral systems, if we're going to sit down to look at what needs to be done to make our electoral systems more trustworthy, systems that operate on certain ethical standards, I think the first thing we should have done was we should have gone down to the electorate, get to know some of the factors that influence their participation in elections. Taken from this, then that was the time we should have come up to sit down and create a sustainable plan or terms of reference. One thing I think we always do in Sierra Leone, and I believe it's one of the reasons why we may come up with grandiose projects, make all the noise about it, within a very short time, everything would have died out, is that we don't respect processes. We're always eager for results, as if life is a mystical or magical path, or maybe we think the world is going to end tomorrow. It's not going to end. It's not going to end. It will only end for us who don't think properly. It will only end for us who don't plan properly. Because when you don't think and plan properly, what happens? You put yourself in disadvantages that will keep you in suffering, in poverty, etc., etc. And because of that kind of condition, you may not live long. So whatever you do, be conscious that your thoughts are what create your environment. It's not the environment that creates us. Our laws don't change us. Our laws don't make us. It is how we think that influences and inform on how we comply with the law or whether we should have it enforced on us. So if we mean to put together sustainable systems and institutions that will take us out of 60 and more years of running around circles, I think it's high time we begin to put premium on the social psychology of the people. And by that I mean our beliefs, our perceptions, our attitudes, and our understanding, which is most important, of what national, regional, tribal, family, etc., means. We should also make sure that most of, if not everyone, understands that at different levels, they have to and must be ready to make contributions by willing participation. And this can only be solidified when there is trust between those who have been elected to govern and those who are governed. And how does that trust come about? Ensure open, plural, and unbiased processes in society. Ensure that whatever laws you make, whatever policies you make, it will be in the best interest of the majority. But if we don't, and we continue to act like the colonialist, if we continue to borrow from the colonialist infrastructure to create our systems and institutions, we should stop blaming them. We should stop blaming them if we continue, because they are not the ones forcing it on us. It's us that are just not ready to make the change. The same colonialists that we're talking about were in Asia. They were in India, they were in Malaysia, Indonesia, etc., etc. Those parts of the world have made progress. We are still stuck in the woods. Why? We need to ask ourselves. Why? And the answer I had already given. We are still using the social psychology and the mentality of the colonial system that we inherited. If it was not for that, I am sure we would not have had all this time wasting since 2023. I'm very sure about that. If we had a system that was open for everybody who participated, if we had a system that was accommodating to everybody who participated, there would have been a level of transparency for nobody to question any part of the processes. But because of the top-bottom superiority mentality, we bungled everything. But it may interest you. Why is it that people want to bungle things? What was the main psychology behind whatever happened in 2023? It's just one word: fear. F-E-A-R. Fear takes root in systems where people are autocratic and bullies. They use fear to control people. And because of the excesses they commit, they are also afraid of the reaction of the people. So fear becomes a two-way limiting factor in such societies. And that's what we have in Sierra Leone. All that happened in the 2023 election was done out of fear. The rigging, the inability to publish data, etc., etc. It was done out of fear. Somebody is afraid that if I get out, there'll be consequences. Then those who are affected are afraid that, oh, if we challenge this, we'll be arrested, we'll be put in prison, etc. This is how fear destroys the human race. Yes, we have to be afraid of certain things. But let not fear control you. Control fear. Control it. Fear is a form of protection against self-destruction, but it should be controlled. And how do you control it? Preventive measures. There is a saying, prevention is better than cure. Preventive. Don't do those things that will offend others. If you do them, make sure you don't create a lethal situation. Let it be a minor situation. But the autocratic nature in us is not allowing us to have those controls. Those controls are what we put together and call ethical standards. Not that they are laws, but they are controls that we observe. I should not do this because of the consequences behind it. I should not do that because of the consequences. It's not a law. You are free to. If you go against any existing law, fine. But we have to have it within us, because that is what builds trust. That is what builds integrity for you, the person. Looking at the Tripartite Recommendations, which I said I would discuss throughout this week, everything that I've said here fits exactly into the matrix, such that I am much afraid that this tripartite is a waste of time. Yes. There are 80 and more recommendations. But there are certain things that are human. There are certain factors that should have been considered at the time when the negotiation was going on. That would have promoted the social, psychological side of implementation that have been left out. What we have here is a highly procedural and bureaucratic document. It's all about procedures and bureaucracy. We don't talk about the people who are put there to go and execute those procedures. You can have the best laws, but if you have somebody who lacks ethical standards, who lacks moral standards to implement the law, then the law becomes something else. Because it's not the law that is implementing itself, it's the mentality of the person implementing it. And this is where we have always been getting it wrong. Rather than we look at our social psychology, we will shout, our constitution is not, it's good. It's good. Who said we should be criminals, for God's sake? Who said we must not respect social contracts, for God's sake? There's nowhere on earth where the law forces anybody. Everybody is free to interpret the law as long as it goes within the codes established in the society. Because if you don't interpret it properly, you fall victim of it. When you do it properly, you are complying with it. So everybody interprets the law in their own way. But why is it in our case the law is most times misinterpreted, especially so by us who are given sacred duties to perform on behalf of our country? Looking at the tripartite, it's so autocratic and technocratic that I wonder how much good will come out of it. It lacks the social psychology that it needs for us to build trust. It's like a paper of instructions. When you are flying to Mars, this is your instruction manual that you should follow. It's just like that. But we don't discuss these things. Instead, we'll begin to curse, we fight, we point here, point there, when the same very factors that led us to where we are have not been taken into consideration. I hope we have one awareness going. I hope we have one awareness going. We should begin to do better in our countries in Africa. We should begin to put together the institutions and systems that will allow all of us to be able to live peacefully. The places we think we can run to, Europe, America, etc., they are changing. Especially for those of us in the diaspora. We have to begin to think better and think Sierra Leone rather than tribe or party or whatnot. Because what has started in the United States is not going to stop. It will come to a point, this immigrant issue will come to Europe. It's already started quietly. It will come to us. We may be asked to leave this part of the world to go back home. And if back home is not properly structured, then those places will become hellhole. Because there will be conflicts, there will be everything. It's a piece of advice I'm giving. Let us begin to look at how we can sit together and negotiate. Let us stop this sitting together and being the autocrat to instruct what needs to be done, how it has to be done. And this goes for all of us who think we're educated, because we are the problem in Africa. We are the problem in Sierra Leone. The world is changing. We maybe get caught up in a lot of things if we don't begin to plan now to make our part of the world. We have the youngest demographic as I speak. We have close to 50% of the resources that the world needs. And I would assure everybody, irrespective of all the exploitation that has taken place, not even 50% of the resources have been taken away. There is still plenty. They've been mining gold in Mali from the days of Mansa Musa up to now. They mine gold. That's just one example. Since the days of Mansa Musa, gold mining has been going on all over West Africa. Up to today, we mine gold. So the resources are there. The potentials are there. But it's up to us to begin to institute open, liberal, democratic thinking in society. Let us stop feeling that because we are up there, we have the only command and right. So we can produce any kind of policy or what have you for everybody to adhere to. Life doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. Everybody has a right to be here. And because everybody has a right to be here, everybody has a right to be heard. If the person cannot make his needs known, if the person cannot make his feelings known, then you cannot plan for the person. Nobody is a zombie or a robot. It doesn't matter whether the person has gone to European school or Arabic school or Sanskrit school in India or went to China to study Cantonese or whatever Mandarin. It matters that everybody is Homo sapiens. We think, we feel, we understand, we appreciate. So let us go back and look at this tripartite document. It's beautiful as it is, bureaucratic, full of jargons, etc. But the keys that will allow it to be sustainably implemented are absent in it. The keys, it doesn't matter whether you have 8,000 recommendations. You can have 8 billion recommendations on that document. But if the human factor, the social psychology, is not properly structured for its implementation, the implementation will be done badly. And let it be known, we've stretched the people too far. We've stretched the people too far. It's time we begin to make people-centered decisions. Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Jallo. Do you hear me?
I hear you clearly. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you.
After all these years, we don't hide. Welcome back.
Like second week this week comes, so I'm not lost it.
I see the man from Rogba never hide. I will go Fena. Yes, sir. How are you?
No worry, I'm
How
sir.
the family they do?
We are doing well, sir.
Right.
So thank you very much again for your patience and your time. Thank you.
Let we thank God. It's a duty.
Yes, the thing that you talk about always, like me, I always stand on this point about the tripartite was a good opportunity for change. Things them when they happen, particularly when it come to the few state institutions them, we then call them electoral management bodies. Okay, for the ECSL, the police, the PPRC, the courts. Now they then go attack inside these tiers. But the problem is APC to me now them be the problem in this. Because I talk to them be the problem because una all know say for me you take power from God because they don't review the constitution, the part the way we get problem by the constitution when are the powers of the president mostly. They don't review them. That's from 2015. Now they review them done. Or 2017 they are over
So
to
that Kawan Commission.
Yes.
They have been get that document. They are no sir put on somebody been sent on to me. Go ahead, sir.
I think that 2017 any over to an Skroma or 2016 end.
I think about 2016 end.
Yes. Where them put them now then because they touch about the powers of the president and no one left them, no one let reduce nothing, now you reject them. So fast forward, Madam will be the talk. Oh, this they not do this, they not do dandy, they not do dandy. In way kind of power, he go adopt them. 8 years later,
the man in London.
Yes. 8 years later, now they don't see they don't get tripartite resolutions. They see they don't get they don't get white paper from the constitution. But the problem here is KTD they prepare. Something they would not make cool, not also neither for go. They don't review the constitution, don't the document did. They don't make the tripartite things them, but because the APC is not serious, then it's watch them, then they follow them. Then people here, on a paper they wouldn't get from the white paper. None, no, they will talk about the powers of the president to touch them. None.
But even the tripartite.
No, the tripartite, it touched small.
What I want say, that tripartite on the appointment of the electoral management staff. It's a vague replacement of a system where if the people can get the correct attitude, that the best system that. The Constitution is clear that appointment of certain people to certain offices like Electoral Commission, Auditor General, etc., the president get the power for appoint, but that has to be done on consultation. Consultation no mean say they write to the person say I don't appoint. You they call them, you present your list of candidates. If possible, tell them say una say give una list of candidates. Let we see amongst them which one are the most suitable. That's what consultation is about. That's what they teach me. I'm a trade unionist. Consultation they see don't talk physically. Not to letter. Consultation now just another way for negotiate, but it's like una they do them as a preliminary to a process. You understand?
Yeah.
That was the best way. But because of the attitude before this attitude, I don't talk, if we not change the way we believe we say will be, if we not change the way we understand life, if we not change the perceptions about each other, it will take before Africa better, because not only Salon no more get a problem. It's all over Africa. Go ahead, Salah, not take it.
Yes. Well, now the reason this way other countries in Africa, because Mr. Jallo, he did talk about, say, the president been get all consultation. But if you know one thing, within a country where people are the moral standards, they're not there.
They're not there.
All man for himself, he didn't fight for power, he didn't office, now for himself, for his family. So now we no hope on that, say they come, then they implement the things them as they should have.
The other side of sorry why they interrupt you, sir.
No, you're fine.
The lack of moral standards. The already law, the constitution, the highest law, don't declare say una for consult. They know they abide by. Now they out and say for elect people them.
Well, now they
go appoint the young people. Them
yes. Yes, well now they it come back to the same thing. It come back to the same thing in the sense.
It was.
Yes. No, what I mean by the same thing is where the president, the people are all waiting at their office, then they look forward to them for making no sack them, but they not lose them.
So they would appoint people who will please him. Case closed.
Yes. So at the end of the day, okay, look, come back, Amanda. With the reward so as chief judge. Now the man is way pull impeachment parliamentarian them without giving them the chance to appeal or the chance for make a second.
Say it go against the constitution.
Yes. But would that, as long as you don't do something for the president now the only possible way they will have to account.
What?
I go make laws like this. Now the president way now beneficiary. Yeah.
You will listen to the beginning of this program, that video speech. The problem of Africa, and especially Sierra Leone, where we feel say now we British past the British man, that colonial dictator business where the governor now in the law. We ready, he call 2-3 people, they write 2-3 law, and send them to the Home Office. They approve of one and say, okay, we don't make a new ordinance. He's sending commissioner them part they will be in the very long hose. For go tell the paramount chief and say, now the new law is soon for do them. Now that system will get it today.
Yeah.
Now that system, now no problem for it.
So
when man go na state house, if he say now the governor, if for do I elect. That's the problem
Jallo,
this from
Mr. Jallo,
1961. Now the problem this will get.
yeah, Mr. Jallo, if you left the country where busy, you, any side you turn, His Excellency. Any side turn, His Excellency.
All
Any
that part
side.
of the colonial thing. Too much titles, Excellency, Alaji,
So,
Doctor. Go ahead, sir.
so,
I know they
yes, sir.
interrupt you.
So it came back to the point that this man insisted he gladly for make it get enormous power. So he not go do anything for us. So which me I talk say now the APC don't form am. If una dey do anything there, the person, the people enforce, they form an organization, they put on three. Right there, now they gonna stop them.
Not
How
to
gonna
that
stop
self,
them?
not to that self, Pafori. From that way they recommend, say, let them sit down and make terms of reference. We then spend 1 month. Then for put them foot down, say, hey, not to win them on the political party now. And apart from that, you go members them. When I give it time, we'll go consult with other parties and the grass we members them. We go come back to now.
We have understand the concept of that terms of reference. It been here for do mainly
About
about elections.
elections. That's all.
So the one the way contest the election, where they visit the disadvantage them, now them we get interest. The other political party them they be okay with that. They don't give them the money we then get for give them. They were not
That they
interested.
tell you say they not get morals.
Yes. Then we don't go all what they get for whole. They were okay. So me I not go talk about them people and they I read them, the former chairman will die so upper, he talk them. Wait and see they see they don't make it clean and fair elections. So now when they go back now host to them family them, make them go with some dinner to the
Not
woman.
a wish for person in Taiwan. But one thing I know about life, how you handle and that's way they come to you.
Yeah. So now the things what the guy for talk about. So me to me, if the APC they still not too late. Because then people here, then take international governance or other see the outside world is so important. Why now they ground them again like oh no, we ground them, we didn't listen. But right now, you don't know what to complain.
The APC in this whole charade where they go. If we want to be honest, the APC as a political party gets 75% blame.
Mr. Jallo, but they for no the Huawei will the power.
Are they come? The APC gets 75% blame. You know why?
No.
All the processes will lead to this tripartite document, where now the while we see and say, another eat bread for Samura because it's again you blame. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
All the processes will lead to this final thing where they sign. All the key APC people let me they go and the meeting there. True or false?
You mean the key to the tripartite night talk about?
Now the tripartite are they talk about.
Yes.
Then they go the meetings there, not so?
Yes.
The terms of reference, according to the tripartite recommendations, it took them 30 days to do from the 19th of December, was it? So,
yes, but
these people want to tell us that in those 30 days plus, in all the deliberations, they were opposed to whatever was being said, but Samura did not listen to them? You know, let people play people their mind.
No, that day, I talk for them back like the devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, salon,
Mm-hmm.
even at the SLP right now, a lot of things then they happen, we're not correct.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody not get man talk because when they put you as leader, you were what what is what Liverpool score Liverpool jump.
Well, I don't try. They mean I will look game today.
What's them when they call VR
Okay,
this number?
they don't equalize. I see you now.
Yeah. when I'm called free as this no, if you don't work, he discouraged.
You
Anyway.
see, before they,
Mhm.
one thing where every human being not for allow.
Mhm.
It don't matter whether you poor, whether you homeless, whether you not the richest man, not allow your humanity for being misused. You see all what's in the gun and say alone so
Yeah.
people and they allow other people and misuse their humanity, then they can complain and grumble. Every man is made equal in this existence. You know what I mean? Say for use violence, you understand me?
Mhm.
But if you not go to a meeting, you don't agree with what's in the gun, make your feelings known, tell them say from today,
Mr.
I'm not the
Diallo,
tire.
you the do am, me the do am. But the saloon we be saying na whole bag no more. Now for whole bag no more. Even look at the state of the SLPP today. Eh?
Well, me, I go give up a salon before they do.
No, and I tell me say nah, no give up. Now you tell me say let me not give up.
What's wrong with me?
Yes, this whole bag for whole bag. Now the follow saloon. In the whole bag, the fella posting. Look what happened at the SLPP today. To the point that the woman says, Mother, you don't come, you don't sideline everybody. Now the wife, he want be president.
Let them
And
try it.
nobody know the man talk.
Who they
Nobody know the man
listen
talk.
them? Who they listen them?
This is the problem of Sierra Leone. Nobody know the man talk. All man just the whole bag. He free. Oh, the consequences. No, they know they give me appointment. Oh, if I talk this no, it don't do. Now last chance done. Now I still wait. Now I wait until they will give me. Nobody know the man talk.
Right.
They know system. If they give Fatima and they make free and fair elections, SLP the lost hands down, no matter who that the SLP people, APC put. Because people are not going to take that notion, say, this is a monarchy or family business. We will not get that thing in us alone.
But even the Magai them, you know, say it affects them.
Yes, now the time for stop.
It
We
affects
will not,
them.
we will not get that thing in us alone. Say, oh, brother, come on.
It affect Charles Magai. Charles
Yes,
Magai had a formidable following. He had a clear message. But because people begin to go around say, oh, they want to make leadership Magai dynasty, that was one of the things that affected him. So
yeah.
then they let them try. They may not they put too much. What do you mean they say? Well, we face the fact in life. Now we responsible for most of what in they happen to we. Few of what in they happen to we were not to we responsible a day, but most of them thing they come back to we. They come back to we. Before they work in a social place. If they go work every day. Because if they go work, if they doing work well, the place say, okay, we'll go give you promotion. That promotion, they out of your control, but now from your attitude, but not so.
Mm-hmm.
This is what life is about. Whatever we do, now like boomerang, they go, it come back. The APC, now una lost election from 2018, would have done face several harassment and voting at the country. A fine decision had been made, say, with a stay put. We not take part in this government until we get this, we get this, we get this. If even them get for agree, say, okay, let we negotiate on tripartite or whatever then call them, part of the thing would have been then forget them people then for stay off participating in the government until the tripartite is finished. That would have made this thing more serious. That mistake would they make, where then go attend parliament, then go attend council. Now they all think, well, hey, this tripartite, Now the holding of power now the favor, yeah?
Now the favor. Now the thing is why the time for talk. Mr. Jallo, if you didn't have this kind of country, where we say, you know, say, without hold the hand on the handle side, now in the master. You na the sharp side, you are vulnerable. So you they go sit down, you match beyond that person there. That thing they been get a timeline of 6 months to 1 year. They don't finish everything. But they never do
Exactly.
referendum.
Exactly.
But they don't broke all of those timelines. And you still they follow them. They listen. What are you listening to?
Now then, Sabi.
Because you they travel talk say, they don't talk about the police, how the police them they behave for behave.
Maybe then they wait till let God wake, be they sleep.
No, Mr. Jallo, this still they talk so.
But what you say? If this process don't go more than 1 year, 6 months,
Now
show me what in are the factor we delay them, if not to lethargy. And what in are the factor for the lethargy? Either not fear or maybe some people are playing double. Don't begin talk about it, should be said. Either sometimes the APC executive, they all not cowards and afraid. Or
no, me do I see
them are playing double.
Either that, I'm not going to rule them out completely, or them feel say the man them will implement the things them as they did on paper. Because why make I talk so is that if the people them not call na the committee, when I get for forces, so they can't call a few. Even the national unity agreement with them before signed, they not obey to that for almost 2 years. Then implement them. Now that time they begin to say, oh, according to the law, but you know say you get law, but you go sign paper. That time they sign all kind of documents because they want governance to run. When they say this is a democracy, or they do things them. Why we not to go back to the same level? When I say that would they give now 1, 2 weeks or 1 month or 2 months? If this process is any process, take today, then they prepare for going to parliament to the document. Take today, you don't pass 3 months, then they prepare. Because they are playing for time. They are playing for time.
You know,
They know say this year they can do. They go make this and go there.
The year done. They cannot take that document to parliament in this December.
Then you think a referendum. This no way they want make referendum. Even census they say they not get money for make them 1 year. Now referendum they go get money for. Referendum what they get for please ballot them. And also one ballot too.
Not that safe. The electoral commission when I know the problem of all this thing. The people that will cause the problem, most of them still did it. They go make referendum. You expect that referendum for be fair?
No, Mr. Jallo, let me tell you something. If they make fair rules, them like the one the way they agree on, it no matter how they that please, they know they will change the thing.
Mr.
It no matter.
Pavode.
Yeah.
Originally be a lemon.
No, I know what you're talking about. I talk see. If they do them, like how they do election, they not tell you. Then they go and talk Christian at top. But the standard way Christian at top been put, now in they do na Liberia. Where you the count the station result, where the ECSL man gets, where it count them, the APC pull a own, the SLP pull a own, they agree, they enter them. That's time them they declare.
In fact, let me just assist you. The 2022 Electoral Act, where now this very government pass them. You know, say the act stipulates say when they don't vote na any polling station, the presiding officer or the polling agents them or observers them or then for all sign the RRF forms, then the results them for publishing at the polling.
They did all that.
Did they? Are you sure?
They did all that, Mr. Jallo.
Are you sure?
But the thing, yes. Let me tell you what happened.
Mm-hmm.
What you didn't do,
Mm-hmm.
now make they not get 100% of this the RRF forms. They don't get them. Because first of all, the southeast APC they not get mine go to plenty places then. But inside the
Then
Northwest now,
polling agents in Abuja and some other parts.
yes. So left handy, but inside the Western area, not now. Where ECSL come, they say now the time reach for make they say RR from no day because they count out or they knock out on time. That's what they do now Western area inside
Well,
Freetown.
the
RR from no
APC
day.
responsible that from that point they for say will not they take part in these elections again.
Now dandy
all them people across the country.
Now dandy, let me tell now dandy the APC be one do, but that was exactly what the SFP be want for let them do, let them come up an election.
So what?
Because from the time when they go, what they go see? They not prepare. They not campaign. We don't campaign all the villages. That's what they were saying.
The fact is, all the tools for the elections were not available. So that's justifiable for making them withdraw.
Not even the tools. You don't broke the laws them from A to Z coming to the elections.
You know, when I get for put fear under control, you know what you do?
You don't broke the election laws them.
You do for put fear under control?
No.
You either die instanta, or you tell somebody, say, but this is not correct, he shoot you. Or you say, labia, you die slowly of stress, hunger, and disease. Which one is the best choice?
Good. Well, you see,
therefore put fear under control. Putting fear under control not means say they take gun and cutlass go fight. But when something not right, stand up and say this is not right. If then they cut you throat for that, let them cut them. The person who cut you throat, you say get for die, not get for there forever. The people that get for wake up na Sierra Leone.
Yes. But me this year how I see them for make this thing resolve. The APC, they still get time for stand up. Then give them ultimatum them. But then people enjoy the direct the food and the fall and people
Yes,
sir.
APC is a spent force. Whatever the reason, I don't know. But APC not get center anymore. Now cabals then get inside the party. Let God help we country because this thing, it's going to go to a direction we go lead we. I like it not be 2028, but along the line, there is going to be a national crisis.
Yeah, because
if is a recipe for another national crisis in Sierra Leone. The way I don't read them to them. I don't make all the conclusions. Now, one-sided document. And the kind where these guys want to stay in power, they would ensure they implement all these things to suit them.
Not to just the time. What you get for do is they get for do to the tail end where get effect again because the rules they already don't leave. They get law they say 6 months to the elections, get any for change the rules again. So that's how they are going to do it. Then get locked for till today the man now appoint the new electoral commissioner. Then get locked because if we just don't take the vacuum, say
but the man where they is as good as new electoral commissioner.
No, but 1903 are the substantive commissioner.
They will never change it until the time comes when they know say they to the advantage.
They say,
the APC lacks strategic thinking.
No, they are gullible.
SNPP, they beat their miles by strategic thinking.
Mr. Jallo, where they say within a power, now the same thing at the time for talk about whether in a power and a saloon.
Now the APC not been properly organized, otherwise they would not have lost that 2018 election.
Mr. Jallo, they were going to lose that election.
They come. Before
yes, sir.
Politics is about the message.
No, yes. You know what the message we give? That's a constant. Just like right now, the SLPP, whose message we go give? Where you promise say you can't make life better, you will make life better. Whose kind message
you going to be in power? If it's so unable pull them,
yes. Yes, Mr. Jallo, they will pull and they.
All right.
Yes, they go bull and day. Now, so APC thinks it's not come on power. We get a lot of independence in that country where they vote for changes.
The APC willingly come on power.
Mr. Jallo, if the incumbent not able to win a clean election, what now when they open the things he open? Don't look at this thing. The incumbent, where did they? They do all kind of they register people.
They go announce school at Guinea-Bissau president.
No, well, now they Valentin and say you don't come boss in 16 do. But me, I know go to the anything and day. What do you mean no? What do you mean no? If me know, salon people them because then they get this here. you go happen at salon.
All bad go there in the end of state now they go announce.
You know what to me. You can't go over to me. You see, even one me Kenyan colleague they laugh. You see, it's only in Africa. You see that only Africa in the reach of that kind of thing they are. Now I tell them back say we don't president they don't inaugurate them 3 years to in term. He laughs so he laugh. You see what that guy they're not going for inaugurate them now because if you
not care about inauguration.
So I would just want to end up here, Mr. Jallo. So I tell you, see, this year, if we don't be a golden opportunity, for the government within power, they don't want to touch the powers they wouldn't get. They may get opportunity for go through the back door. But it need people a way, I mean, determined. Determined not to go sit down at station, no more talk, say, hey, we go kill, we go fight. No. Now for when you see things then they go wrong, now for put your foot down. Right there, you stop them. But if you continue for the fella, these people and people here, then they can go to only one place. So it's a slaughtering table. And then they can go slaughter you.
Animal farm.
Anyway, I'm going to left for I can't do my exercise.
Thanks for calling. We will meet on Friday.
It's over.
Okay, people, Emma. Sankara, welcome back after some time. Mr. Judge Stone, welcome back, sir. You say in the 21st century you have an election, but Mr. Judge Stone, no matter whether in the 21st century, the human psychology no time. No beliefs, no attitudes, no perceptions. And this is the problem of Africa. We still have the colonized beliefs. We have the colonized perceptions. We have the colonized attitudes. So we cannot govern ourselves. We cannot. It's unfortunate, but this is the hard fact. It's very unfortunate. And we therefore learn how to get out of that kind of situation here. Otherwise, it will take until thy kingdom come. And maybe even the kingdom will come, not go better, because the last way Jesus will come, because the people will not be understand what they try for teaching them, they had to kill him. So we only hope that people then will listen to reasoning. I only hope so will begin listening to each other. This tripartite now a recipe for another disaster, if we're not careful. Because it's not going to change anything. The same old thing will be repeated, then it will become something very deadly for everybody. Thank God help we. And I thank you for listening. I think I'll go end here today. We will meet on Friday.
We pledge love and loyalty to be country salo. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. this sweet land we love, we not for make and fall. We like we shallow. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they buy. We there, we just a try. This year don't come up and dry eye. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they buy. We there, we just a try. But this year don't come up and dry eye. We pledge we love and loyalty to we country salute. Now how we there, now how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We salute. This we land we love. We not for make and fall. We salute. This we land we love. We not for make and fall. We salute.
For the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. For the wreck the country. I guess I carpets, no man kereka. Come on, Konica, come on, Kereka. Chamucham, Mama Monica. Kai Bom, Yaman Konica. For the wreck the country. For the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. For the wreck the country. And they go and big bag. Shake. The people that they gen. Then I go shem. They make the good taking another picture. Now we hope for today and the future. And the future forgive them best scripture. They make the good taking another picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Don't forgive them best scripture.
We pledge love and loyalty to the country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make and fall. We let we salute.
We salute. I said no place like home. I like it up and top them, I like it up and fight them.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos, it's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe it.